Hello everyone and welcome back to another NASCAR Racing 2003 live stream. How is everyone doing today? Thank you very much for joining in. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have been waiting very long for this stream to be done, and finally the day is here to celebrate my 400th NASCAR Racing 2003 live stream. I'm going to finally be able to try to do one of your most popular requests, that being trying to recreate the end of the Florida 500 finish from Cars 3, where Cruz Ramirez flips over the top of Jackson Storm for the win. I was unable to do this one for the longest time because no car set existed, but finally I was able to discover a really cool small one by Tolsma Designs. I believe I'm saying that correctly. Unfortunately, the one downside is that there's no windshield eyes. I've been meaning to contact my good friend TNT Man 93. Anyone familiar with NASCAR, NR2003, or Cars, I'm sure knows TNT Man. He created the, for those of you unfamiliar with this game, there's certain files you can edit outside of the game, and there's a file called a MIP, which you can use to edit the windshield. I'm not sure how that is made, but he made one for a different mod for a different car set. So I'm going to message him after this stream sometime and figure out how to get the windshield eyes. But in the meantime, we are going to try to recreate one of the most exciting finishes in Cars history, and a little bit of explaining to do, which I will get to in a second after I get my shoutouts in. Thank you so much everyone that is watching at this point. Once again, if you haven't yet, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe. While you are doing that, for those of you interested, I'm currently streaming over on Twitch. If you want to watch these live streams over there, I am also on Facebook and Twitter if you'd like to follow me on social media. Last but not least, if you would like to help support this channel, please go check out my Patreon page. Thank you so much to Ryan Fitzy, Tommy Joyce, Jay Barker, and I have a new patron to give a shout out to today. Thank you so much to Kingster Cole for your support on Patreon. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you a message back in a day or so asking you what you want for your live stream, and I will get to that early this upcoming week. So thank you so much, guys, for your support on there. Excuse me. Alrighty. So on to the reenactment. And right off the bat, I'm letting you guys know I'm streaming for about 3 hours for Cars 3. So if there's anyone that can't make the early part, should have plenty of time to make it to the end. Alright, so on to the explanation. So for a lot of my reenactments, I usually have to be the aggressor in that particular situation. And so in this case, I believe in order to have the best chance of pulling off the reenactment, I'm going to have to be Jackson Storm, so then I can force Cruz Ramirez into the outside wall as we're coming towards the start-finish line. And there's a couple track settings in the track INI file, which I will get into in a momentarily, that I think might help me if we get the tires to touch correctly. I might be able to have Cruz Ramirez flip right up over the top of me, hopefully land in front of me, have us both keep going on our wheels, and go from there. Alright, so that being explained, I just want to alright, save as Florida 500. Alright, so obviously there's the battle with the rest of the field. Cruz Ramirez and Jackson Storm are in the front of the field. They're racing towards the start-finish line on the final lap. All those factors involved. However, the only thing I'm really going for in this video, I'm trying to get that golden, that perfect camera shot of Cruz Ramirez flipping over the top of Jackson Storm, landing on her wheels and accelerating away for the win. Alright. So just for the convenience and ease of making these reenactments as like doable as possible. It's just gonna be me and Cruz Ramirez, Jackson Storm and Cruz Ramirez racing, and then I can edit everyone else in later. But here we go. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Right before we get started, I'm just going to get some quick shout-outs in the chat. Sylvie Gang, Ahmed Ismail, Tropical Cyclone, Cheryl Scheckenberg, Lisa Naders, Pantalica, how are you doing, guys? Ryan Fitzy, good to see a lot of mods here. Lemon Bleach, Lisa Naders, Alex Star Wars, Cars Reviewer 43, the Hendervengers, Andre 57 White, Karma Crab, Mike Head, Zito Brown, Green Caterpillar, Dale Jr. Fan for Life, Ultimate Wii U, Master Mega Man, Ethan the Racer, or the NASCAR Fan 24, excuse me, Racer Fan 99, Dylan Swearingen, Kieran's Worlds of Cars, Brendan the Gent, NROL Racing League, Zuline Hubbard, DS Gaming. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. So yeah, I don't know if there's a full Cars 3 car set out there. Yeah, the one that Tolsma designs that I have the link for down below. If you click the NN Racing link and it just brings you to the main page, just click it again and then it should bring you to the normal page. The link with the car set. But yeah, he did a really fantastic job with these car sets. Between me getting a really good reenactment attempt and me actually editing it in my video editing software and matching up all the camera angles and doing that, between that process I will try to contact TNT Man 93, figure out how he made that windshield MIP with the eyes so I can make one for this mod. So I can actually have the windshield eyes in the final reenactment. I don't care if I get a black flag. Alright, so we are just going to pretend we just did a full race. We're going to pretend there's a field of cars behind us. We're going to pretend this is the final lap. So what I'm going to do is, coming out of turn 4 on the final lap is when I'm going to force Cruz Ramirez into the outside wall. And hopefully somewhere along that point, come into the start-finish line. The Trek chassis grip that I adjusted before this video will show itself. And what that means is if we touch the tires just right, Cruz Ramirez should go flying through the air, hopefully flipping right over the top of me. Alright, Cruz, you do not belong on this trek. Yes, I do. Oh, nope, we're both crashing. And Jackson Storm takes the win. Alright, that was not a great attempt to start with. Just pretend there's windshield eyes and pretend there's a field of cars behind us. Oh, I think I was a little too late forcing her into the outside wall. I think I needed to do that a little earlier. But we have 3 more hours to try to get a better attempt, so sit tight and thanks for tuning in. The boy from Hollywood, BKT, Alex Bowman Fan, 88, Cheryl Scheckenberg, Maria Angelica, 1-200-4623, What Incarnation. A lot of new names I'm seeing. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Hopefully I get a lot of new viewers for this one. Hopefully a lot of my subscribers that subscribe for the Cars videos are happy, because this is by far one of the most popular requests I've gotten in recent history. Dale Jr. Fan 88, Cars Fan 5 Racing. I have a little, I have a confession to make. I haven't seen Cars 3 yet either. However, it's one of those things where I've seen basically every single clip multiple times. I've basically seen the entire movie's worth of split up clips. I've just never seen the movie start to finish. But I have watched this scene extensively, so I know exactly what I need to do for this scene. I know the plot, I know how, I just haven't seen it start to finish in one sitting, if you know what I mean. I'm sure you guys have movies like that. where you've seen it, just not in one sitting. I think I've explained it 40 times. All right, move on, Cody. Number 51 versus 2.0. All right, Cruz. You think you're going to win this? Think again. Mitchell Collins, okay. It's hard trying to get her to pass on the outside without me just going way below the yellow line. Oh no, we're both crashing. Jackson Storm goes spinning and Cruz Ramirez ends up winning anyway. Wasn't quite as spectacular in the movie, but technically the same outcome. So I have the chassis grip set to 85, which is quite high. So hopefully, one of these times when I get the tires hooked right, I'm trying to get the side-by-side contact to start with, pushing her into the outside wall, then moving up towards the start-finish line, try to creep forward a little bit more so her front left tire touches my right rear. Hopefully that'll have the ramping effect, like you guys have might have seen in previous streams of mine, like the Jeff Bodine Truck Series crash can I recreate, same with the Austin Dillon. Kind of similar method I'm trying here. Alright, attempt 3. Next! So a couple things I might can think of, maybe just turning the overall grip up a little bit so I don't I'm not as prone to spinning myself out when I'm trying to force Cruz up into the outside wall. Oh yeah, a little explaining to do. So obviously I believe the Florida 500 is a fictional track just in the Cars 3 movie. In the Cup series in real life, unless there's one that's completely escaping my mind that I can't think of, there's 2 tracks in Florida. Homestead, Miami, and Daytona. When closely looking at this scene over and over again, you can see the grass front tri-oval section in the track, which Homestead doesn't have. So that is why I am using Daytona, and I'm just assuming the Florida 500 is kind of a fictional Cars 3 version of the Daytona 500, which would make a lot of sense. Alright, Cruz. You don't belong on this track. Actually going to try to have Cruz get to the outside of me going on the backstretch. So then I can force her into the wall as we're coming out of turn 4. I have the difficulty turned down a little bit so I can make this easier. Alright, swerving around, trying to block her. She finally makes a move. I'm moving to block her. Whoa, there she goes flipping. Alright, so there you saw the tire contact that I was talking about. Can Cruz save it? Can Jackson save it? Nope, Cruz is stopped. She is not going anywhere. If Jackson Storm can just pull a Mater and punch it in reverse, Jackson will get the win.
You're in first.
Alright, so at least we saw the first flip of Cruz Ramirez. It wasn't successful, it wasn't a good landing, but kind of what I was going for. It happened a little too early. I wanted to be sideswiping her and pushing her into the wall before that happened, but... So yeah, that, if I can push her up against the wall and have that happen at just the right time, it can look like she's climbing the wall and jumping up and over me. Alright, that was a jump. That was in the right direction, but no good. Encrypted Chaos, Bonzi Hunter, Sylvia Gang, Monster Jam Fan 30, Karen's World of Cars, Help Shiny Odd 2805, Alex Star Wars. Thank you one and all for tuning in. used the Gen 6 BR15 mod in a while. It's an underrated mod. So I just need to do something kind of like that, except be able to be pushing her into the wall while that's happening to give her the extra lift and force to go completely over the top of me, land on the other side / in front of me, have us both come out of the flip on our wheels going the right way, and have her come across the start-finish line first. Cruz, show me what you've got. Come on. Stop hitting your brakes. It's the final lap. I'm trying to let you go by. Oops. Alright, we'll just pretend this is the final lap. I need to get back in front of her. That was a fail. Kozlowski fan 2. If it is indeed your birthday, happy birthday. Tony Stewart and James Hinchcliffe. See, the fake accounts have arrived. The parody accounts. Here we go. Now it's the final lap. I'll let her get alongside of me on the outside. Coming through the turn. Darn it. Alright, we'll try this next lap. I keep trying to gently force her into the wall to where I don't spin herself out, but I keep failing at doing that. I knew this one was going to be difficult going into the stream. Time will tell how difficult it actually is. Why are you going so slow, Cruz? You're supposed to cruise past me. JG Gamer Dude, 24. Happy belated birthday. Here we go. No! Holy crap. That backfired. That's the alternate ending. Cruz Ramirez still wins and Jackson Storm just goes tumbling. Holy shnikes.
You alright? We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Limit 55.
Jackson Storm tumbling over and over again, coming to the start-finish line. Yikes. When blocking goes wrong. Next. One spicy boy, Cody, that's weird. Tyler Cole. He's gonna spend a couple of weeks in the hospital getting a few band-aids put on. Or Bondo. The car equivalent of band-aids. Bond-aids. Yeah, was that ever a product in the Cars movies? Bond-aids? Bondo band-aids?
Get ready now. Going green. Don't pass the leader of the other pacing line.
Yeah, shush. I can do whatever I want. I'm Jackson Storm. One lap to go. Jackson Storm in the lead. Desperately blocking Cruz Ramirez. Blocking. Blocking. Blocking even more. Whoa. Surprised I was able to hang on to that. Another turn.
Clear outside.
She never flipped. She never flipped. Darn it. I was trying to get the tires to match up perfectly, but she never flipped. That is a big, fat next.
Drivers, start your engine!
Kingster Cole, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for your support on Patreon. I'm going to shoot you a message on there in just a couple of days, thanking you and asking you what kind of live stream you'd like me to do early next week. I knew this one was going to be difficult, but I'm really hoping to get it at some point. I don't want to have to do a part 2 for this one. The Extremer, the Blue Bunny, Roger Penske. How are you guys all doing? Alright, so we're coming to the final lap. We're going to have a 1 to go restart to simulate the final lap of the Florida 500. We're going to jump out to the front where Jackson Storm was. Going to aggressively block Cruz Ramirez. And come into the start-finish line, coming out of turn 4. And force her into the outside wall. Hope that our tires touch at just the right spot to where the chassis grip being turned up kicks in. She goes flipping over the top of me, hopefully lands on all fours, and continues driving for the win. You realize how amazing that would be if I get this. And then all the other racing footage, the shots before and after them coming across the start-finish line with the checkered waving, that I can edit in later, or add in later. But yeah, the main part of this stream is trying to get the perfect flip over Jackson Storm. Try that again. She didn't go flipping. Jacob Monday, haters. Little Jamie, baby. You shouldn't watch this video. You might have flashbacks, nightmare flashbacks from your flip. I hope Ryan Newman isn't watching this. That I'm trying to make someone else flip on purpose. He would be appalled. Whoa! Alright, that happened a little too soon. We both go crashing. I think Cruz Ramirez is gonna slide to a rest on her roof. Alright, so that might have been a decent flip. Had we not been on the banking and in the turn, it looked like she got launched pretty high. Or pretty decently, but just landed right on her roof and slid to a stop that way. Oops. Then I go flipping in, or hitting the outside wall really hard head on coming out of turn 4. And who wins in a situation like that? Probably me, because I can limp across the start-finish line. But holy goodness.
Drivers, start your engine.
What was that? I usually charge my phone through my computer, but apparently the cord isn't hooking up right. So I'm gonna just shut off. Epic Ryan 10, how are you doing? Anyone else I missed? Ryan Newman. Right on cue. Piston cup. He did what in his cup?
Don't pass the leader of the other pacing line. Get ready now. Going green.
Though I haven't seen 3 start to finish all the way through in one sitting. I have seen 1 probably a dozen times.
Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
Alright, 1 to go. The 2017 Florida 500. Jackson Storm out in the lead with Cruz Ramirez right behind him. And they are talking trash to each other the entire time. Alright, come on, Cruz. Even though I'm trying to force you into the wall to stop you, I'm secretly hoping you perfectly flip over the top of me, land on your wheels, and come out on front for the win. On front, in front.
Still there. Stay low. Keep low. Clear.
No! Jackson Storm flips and still wins the race. Except his wasn't quite as graceful as Cruz Ramirez's stunt.
You alright?
No, I'm not alright. Have you seen the top of my head? It's all scraped up. So once again, Jackson Storm gets sent flipping. But he actually comes out in front this time. Yeah, all these are basically just Cars 3 alternate endings. Just every single attempt I do is some sort of Cars 3 alternate ending or another. Wilbur Hammerfluter, Corvette Racing 48, also Michael 33, Car Gamer HD, Riley Plays, Spring Blur. Seen a lot of new names tuning in. Thanks for joining, everyone. Where's Fraser Reynolds? I just got a message saying he would be watching. I'm waiting for the implication. Alright, so a few of these have backfired. I got one that was... the start of it looked maybe a little close, but Cruz definitely did not stick the landing. The boy from Hollywood, BKT, I thought I already gave you a shout out, but hello. Cars fan, 5 Racing, same with you too. All you repeat shout out beggars. Alright, get back here, Cruz. LP424241, Stop Mania, The Great Fireman. How are you guys all doing? If you guys are a fan of Cars 3, NR2003, Pixar, anything like that, be sure to hit that like button, maybe share this video with your friends. Just try to get to 100 live watchers at one point. I know for a lot of YouTubers that's not that big, but for me that's a lot. So just stick around until we have 100, and we can go do whatever. Even if you just want to leave this on in the background, whatever you're doing. Alright, come on, Cruz. Into the wall. Into the wall you go.
Clear.
Oh my goodness, on my side. It's gonna be an intense battle. Cruz sends me flipping and pushes me past out of the way right before the start-finish line. Whoa.
You all right?
Why am I at Daytona? Because in close examination of the video clips from that race, there is a grassed front tri-oval that is not akin to Homestead. That is a Daytona element. Joshua Williams, thanks for tuning in, sir. Next a lot. Go away. Pop up. I clicked X. Come on. Or it's just gonna not. There we go. Alright, so another 2.5 hours. I am not going anywhere until we get this done, or if 2.5 hours passes by.
Get ready now. Going green.
Come on.
Pace cars in. Green flag, green flag.
You
Green,
do
green,
not
green.
belong on this track. Or however that quote went. Yes, I do. Maybe that's why I haven't gotten a good one yet. I haven't said Cruz Ramirez's line yet.
Car outside. Stay low.
And of course, Kyle Petty
Still there.
says that's incredible. Why wouldn't he? Mr. Incredible. Alright, come on, Cruz. You do not belong.
Clear outside. Outside.
Alright, she tries to pass.
Keep low.
No!
Clear. Looks like you got some kind of engine problem.
Hard crash for both.
Entering the tri-oval. Keep it under 55. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
Can I make it to the start-finish line?
You all right?
Barely. My car is
We got big
dead.
time problems with that motor, buddy. Looks like we're bent up on the back end.
Come on, reverse across the start-finish line.
You blew it.
Cruz
tight.
Ramirez is out of the race. She has crashed out. She is in the pits.
You're smoking out there.
There we go. I don't know what she did, but she had a hard crash. She went roof first right into the outside wall, I think. Right when I was trying to make the proper contact to force her into the outside wall. Bam. Jeez. Hope she had a good roll cage. And she almost came down and started tumbling more. Then in that, I fly to the inside wall and have an accidental huge crash. Next.
Drivers, start your engines!
Ricky Bobby. Combine Cars 3 and Ricky Bobby. Ricky McQueen. Lightning Bobby. Chick Gerard. Oh, that would be funny. Cars 3 and Ricky Bobby combined. A collaboration.
Get ready now. Going green.
Of course that's your favorite movie, Kyle Petty. Why wouldn't it be? Can't prematurely flip her this time. Can't force her roof first into the outside wall. I know they were more nose to tail at this point of the race, but just for ease of trying to complete the reenactment, I'm making sure she's on the outside going into the turn.
Clear, outside. Stay low. Stay low. Stay low. Stay low. Clear. The next car's the leader.
Alright, that time didn't work out, so we'll just have to pretend this is the white flag and try again next time around. Holy cow. What is he doing? Yeah, where's the car trips? A lot of big names we don't see just because we're trying to have this just be a battle between us two. Cruz and Jackson.
Clear outside. Car outside. Keep low. Keep low.
Darn it.
Keep low. Keep low. Keep it under 55. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
Alright, another alternate ending.
Keep it under 3,500.
Instead of even doing the flip over Jackson Storm, she just forces them into the inside wall and he has a broken fender.
You alright?
You alright? Jeez, what an impact. Alright, still not working out. But do not worry, still plenty of time left. Annoying Spotter, SGR Racer, Cody Spotter, Emilio the Cat. You guys are really getting creative with these parody accounts. Mercia, Arujo. I probably butchered that name. I apologize. Cody H Gaming Fan. Fireball 398. Drive Through. Thanks for tuning in, you all. Sure, Next a Lot has subscribed. Also, if you decide to be so kind as to send a super chat, you'll get to see Ricky Bobby on fire.
Get ready now. Going green.
Fire.
Don't pass the leader of the other racing line.
Because everyone is unsubscribing and then resubscribing to see the Ricky Bobby notification. I think so. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green. Cars Fan 5 Racing, see you later. Tom Johnson, thanks for tuning in. Sebastian Coquelin for life. Daryl Partrip. Probably butchered half of the people's names so far in the chat. Jackson Storm. Trying to fend off Cruz Ramirez in the final lap. 2017 Florida 500. She gets a pass going, but he's not having any of it. Forces her up in the outside wall. Oh no! She goes flipping again. Let's see if she can slide to the start-finish line.
Keep it under 55. Keep it
I don't think she's going to make it that far.
in second.
Come on, get back on your wheels.
There's an accident.
I'm going to like combine the Cars 3
Outside.
and the Cars 1 ending. I'm going to try to push her across the start-finish line. It's just an empty cup. Oh no, she disappeared. Darn it. Alright, well, I'm still going to take the win.
You alright?
Poor Cruz.
Front end, don't smash
They're like,
in.
each of them are flipping. They're alternating like every other time. was trying to push Cruz across the start-finish line, but then she disappeared. Same thing keeps happening. I keep accidentally getting her airborne prematurely. That didn't quite work out. That would have been amazing if I would have been able to push her across the start-finish line. I definitely would have saved that as an alternate ending, but she decided to disappear and spawn back into the pits prematurely. Meme Man, the GOAT. Lots of new names. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. The Extremer, the Blue Bunny, 345. I don't know if I got you or not. Yet. Luciano Alvarez. Leva. Probably butchered that too. Omar takes flight 7. Yeah, maybe I need to start doing the quotes from the movie. Maybe that'll get me some better attempts. Thought I was sitting on my wallet. I just hit a hard spot on my chair. Felt like I was sitting on my wallet.
Get ready now. Going green.
Alrighty. Attempt 294.5 this time around.
Green flag. Green flag. Green.
Gaming Obsession 11. Thank you for tuning in. Alright, come on, Cruz. Show me what you got, because you do not belong on this track. Not at all. Not on this track, not on any track.
Stay low. Still there.
Let's go through on Jackson Storm's perspective. Maybe that'll help.
Stay low.
Here's his point of view. Jackson vision. Alright, force her up in the outside wall.
Too slow. Clear outside.
Oh no, she came out in front. I need to try that again.
The next car is the leader.
Come back here, Cruz. And I'm gonna slingshot around you on the outside if I can pull this off.
Stay high. Clear.
Yep. It's going back to third-person view. I don't think we're gonna have any better or worse luck in the cockpit view, because I know you guys don't like me going in cockpit view unless I'm racing.
Here comes the leader. Car outside.
No! Alright, I did not mean to do that. Poor Cruz Ramirez. Flips about 3 or 4 times. Alright, that one was completely accidental. She definitely did not stick that landing. Ouch. Hard into the outside wall, upside down. In turn 3, had a super speedway like Ryan Newman in 2009. Yes, I know it's not the same track. That's why I said super speedway.
Drivers, start your engine!
Poor Cruz. Just clicking on the chat for some reason. I'm paranoid it's frozen, but tis not. Tis not frozen. Racer Fan 99, I gave you a shout out already, but hello to you too back. Also, need to check my email actually, so I'm waiting to hear back if I work tomorrow or not. Still nothing for sure. Joking with Tedo, MJMF Games TV. You guys see what I'm talking about? How are you doing?
Don't pass the leader in the other racing line. Get ready now. Going green.
I guess I'm talking about Frozen.
Eight cars in.
Ethan Storm, if I give you a shout out. Are you Jackson's brother?
Green flag. Green, green, green.
J Storm. I will be done at 7, Dennis.
Stay low. Clear outside.
Fraser Reynolds.
Car outside.
Quite as many viewers for this one as I was hoping so far, but hopefully it changes in the near future. Alright, so coming out of turn 4.
Stay low.
Push her up to the outside wall. No! And I'm flipping once again. Keep it going. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a photo finish. Here comes Cruz. I'm just trying to coast to the start finish line. No! Darn it. And she takes the win.
You blew the engine.
And
Looks like
Jackson
we're
Storm
bent up
crosses
on
the
the
start
back
finish
end.
line about 6 seconds later. Wow. Cars 3 alternate ending. Deleted scenes. Here we go. Here's a good view. Ouch. I was trying to coast across the start finish line. My motor was obviously blown. Next.
Drivers, start your
Brave Lion. That
engine.
reminds me. If anyone has any suggestions for future videos, either hold on to them until this one is done processing and the regular comments down below show up. Either that, or if you can't wait, pull up one of my more recent videos and just post it in the comments there. If you posted them, your suggestions in the live chat, I'll never remember them. I'll barely see them, I'll never remember them. But if you post them in the comments, it's way easier for me to see your suggestions. So if you have any, be sure to go do that. Meanwhile, thanks again everyone watching at this point. We've gotten a couple of crazy crashes. Nothing quite close to Cruz Ramirez flipping over the top of Jackson Storm and landing on her wheels, but we've had some pretty spectacular tumbles in the meantime. Seeing a bit tropical.
Let him by. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
Cruz, you do not belong on this track. Small Aardvark 2005. Dominic Scalise. Small Aardvark, apparently didn't hear what I just said. Come on, Cruz. This is a man's sport.
Car outside. Still there. Keep low. Stay low.
Alright, here we go. Up on the outside wall.
Still there.
You go.
Still there. Stay low.
Oh, darn it.
Clear.
Oh no, there goes Cruz.
There's an accident in the tri-oval.
And I still take the win.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Don't merge yet.
Uh-oh, that's gonna hurt. Looks like the worst angle you can hit that
Don't merge
inside
yet.
wall. But yeah, let's look at the tumble that Cruz just took. Holy kittens. Holy car crash, Batman. So, we just need her to launch more like that and somehow like float over the top of me, kind of floating over to the left and land on her wheels. If we can pull that off, we're kind of going in the right direction. Next.
Drivers, start your engine.
No, Dan, I'm gonna wait to post the Madden and football videos come off football season time. And that reminds me, I want to discuss something relating to that when we hang out. Speaking of Madden videos. Because aside from the couple Madden 13 ones I have recorded, for each of the Packers 16 games, the week before leading up to said game, I want to post a Madden gameplay, either split screen or co-op, with one of each of the various Maddens ever created. I'll have to create those shortly. Got 70 people watching. Took about 20 from the last time I checked. Let's get another 30, then I'll reach my goal. KO Hankinator. Anyone else I missed in the chat? I know some of you have heard me give you a shout out and you're asking for repeats. There's starving kids in Africa that could have used those shout outs. Come on, Cruz, what's the hold up? And that was another accidental one. Uh-oh. You okay, Cruz? Jeez. That was another accidental tire touch that sent us, or that sent her flipping, I should say, out of control. Poor Cruz. Didn't make it to the start-finish line that time.
Drivers, start your engines!
How does that Lightning McQueen one get like 430 live viewers, and then this one has gone up to like 70? Every single subscriber I've ever had has basically asked for this one. I've been plugging it for like 2 days. On a Friday, on an evening after school. We got 60 people watching. Come on, share the video around. Keep the video on in the background even if you have to go eat dinner or something. Keep it on mute. Let's get up to 100 live watchers.
Don't pass the leader of the other pacing line.
Don't be a chick, be a lightning.
Get ready now. Going green. Stay behind the 51 car on the outside line.
Bryson Cooper. The three-way tie. That's a good suggestion. I don't know if I've gotten that one yet. It would kind of probably have to be for a weird mod. It would probably just have to be for the cut mod because, obviously, for those of you that know, the Chick, the King, and Lightning all have different body styles. But in this game, you can't really have that significant body styles unless you switch to a different mod, and you obviously can't use more than one mod at once. So I'd probably have to use the cut mod, the original cut mod that I believe a Cars 3 car set was made for that. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. I could try that. The three-way tie. Yeah, make sure to post that in the comments so I can see that later, and don't forget. Don't trust my memory to be able to remember that later without you posting it in the comments so I can see it later. No! How many times has this happened? Jeez, Jackson Storm. Come on. Talk about an alternate ending.
You gotta come in for this black flag.
I was not expecting that. I was hoping to have her hit me head on and push me across the start-finish line and not pass me. I was not expecting her to go flipping from that. So I flip like 10 times, and then my dead car, I'm rolling backwards just from the momentum, trying to block her. That contact sends her flipping. What a great attempt. She just touched tires perfectly and went tumbling down the banking as I roll across the start-finish line first, backwards, Mater style. Oh my goodness, that was great. Let's watch that again from Ramirez's point of view. Got the Monster Energy banner with the Dynaco hood. How cool is that? Mr. Noob. Alright, so there I go flipping. And she just simply spins around. She just can get it going again and cross the start-finish line in front of me. But I purposely block her. Little does she know, bam! Just the tire climb and rolls down the banking. Matthias Yost, thank you for tuning in, guys. You guys just missed a heck of a crash, if anyone's just tuning in. Let's look at this once more. Alright, so I'm trying to force Cruz into the wall. Unsuccessful for me. I go flipping a bunch of times. Finally land back on my wheels. I'm kind of rolling backwards just with a dead car. Try to block her. The tires touch, and then she goes flipping like 5 times down the banking. What a turn of events. Alright, I'll save that one. I'll save it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 8 flips for me. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 flips for Cruz. Cars 3, alternate ending. Is there an I in alternate? I don't know if I'm spelling that right, and it's bugging me. Alright, that is a big, fat... Next!
Drivers, start your engines!
Ugh. Come on, where is everyone? Don't you guys want to see the Florida 500 finish? Alright, so 2 more hours of attempts. Maybe like an hour, anywhere from an hour 45 to 2 hours. Fraser, if you're still watching, just plan on being scheduled getting here right at 7. I'll probably be wrapping it up right by then. Worst comes to worst, you hang outside for 2 minutes.
Stay behind the 51 car on the outside line.
Look at all the lovely construction.
Get ready now. Going green. Let him by.
Peter Henry, indeed in their face. I didn't think I was going to be able to try this one either, but I found a car set. I kind of calculated what settings I might be able to try. Alright, so a few more. We'll get to like maybe 15 after the hour, so like another 13, 15 minutes or so. And then I will go out of the game, try editing a few settings around, which should hopefully make it easier. Give us some better attempts.
Still there. Still there.
Listen in the shower. Make sure to crack a beer while you're in the shower watching me live stream. The ultimate way to spend a Friday night. You don't belong at this track, Cruz. I think she just barely edged me out if that was an actual race. Chevy Cobalt. Bomb Sniper. How are you all doing? I have too short of an attention span, but sometime I do need to like go skim through a lot of my streams and try to pick out a highlights compilation of funny moments. See you later, Extreme Blue Bunny 345.
Still there. Clear outside. Car outside.
No!
Keep low.
Darn it, Cruz passed me while I was looking at the chat. Darn it.
Limit 55.
I messed this
Keep it
one up.
under
I was too busy trying to interact with you
3500.
guys and I messed up the attempt.
Keep it under 3,500 in second. Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
Jackson Storm with a huge flip crumbling across the start-finish line. Oh, how the tables have turned. Jeez. Cheese and crackers, that was a hard hit. I could have flipped even more when I hit the grass, but I didn't. Next!
Drivers, start your engines!
Where are my cats at? Gonna do my Rodney Bailey. I gave you a shout out before. No repeats. No begging repeats, I mean. Here, it worked. Oh, hey. Hey. What's up? What's up? Are you gonna talk? Yes, no. Are you gonna talk? Trying to get him to meow on command. What? We're just in a standoff right now. What do you want? What do you want? There we go. Oh, there he is. There he is. Can you guys see him? Open his head up. Oh, there he goes. Here. Oh, I got you. Got you. Alright. See if I can complete this reenactment with a cat on my shoulder. Put your cat on my shoulder. There we go.
Get ready now. Go
Parrot
green.
cat. Watch me get the perfect attempt.
8 cars in.
Yorkie the doggo, how are you doing?
Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
Alright, sweet, no black flag. You guys probably can't even see him because the black kitty's probably blending in with my black shirt. Here comes Cruz.
Car outside.
Oh no! It's gonna be a photo finish! Who came across the start-finish line first? I was flipping, but it looks like Cruz might have edged me out just by a bumper. Alright, there goes the kitty. I think I still won, just barely. You're gonna have to see that from the helicopter view. Or from this view. Oh, just barely come across the start-finish line upside down in first. Next!
Drivers, start your engines!
Alright, another 5 minutes or so. And then try editing some track settings to maybe give us a little better chance of pulling this impossible finish off.
Whoa, 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 slow down. Don't pass the leader of the other pacing line. Get ready now, going green.
Stop telling me what to do, spotter.
Stay behind the 51 car on the outside line. Pace car's in. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
Cruz Ramirez, you do not belong. Always stupid. Update notification. Ooh, I didn't mean for that contact to be made. That was almost the flip right there. Gone wrong. Prank gone wrong. In the hood.
Still there.
Maybe I needed to have that in my title, then I'd have more people watching. Gone wrong in the hood. 18 plus. It's a bunch of clickbait. Title, keywords. Next! That was no good.
Drivers,
Chase Elliott TV.
your engines!
Chase Elliott's got his own TV network. Frazier, if only we could be doing a two-way live stream right now. Maybe that's why I never get any viewers. It's always a bunch of kids just trying to start meaningless fights in the chat.
Get ready now.
Because I
Going
would
green.
give someone
Don't
4
pass the leader
separate
of the other
shoutouts
pacing line.
threatening to unsubscribe and then talking crap to anyone who calls them out on it. Maybe that's what turns the viewers away.
Green flag, green flag.
Maybe I'd have way more viewers if I just turned the chat off altogether. I've long debated that. Car Guy 101, how are you doing? Whoa! Oh my goodness! Holy crap! Now that was a little obviously premature because that happened in turn 1, not turn 4, coming out of the coming into the tri-oval. But holy shnikes! Did you see how high Cruz Ramirez went? That part was almost decent. That first part, she kind of did the same flip, and if we weren't in that high banked turn, she might have gone right up and over me. Holy kittens. So at least I know I kind of have the settings where I want them to be, because that flip was kind of in the direction of where I need to, of what I need to have happen. Jeez. It's go on board with Cruz. It's that left tire. That left rear hitting Cruz's right front. That's like the perfect... If the back tire of the front car hits the front tire of the AI car behind me, that's what kind of gives it a nice, perfect launch like that. Except then we touched tires kind of again right there, and went flying. Jay Barker, holy sheet, indeed. That was a heck of a wreck. Didn't even mean for that to rhyme. We'll save that one, too. Alternate ending 2. She kind of almost stuck the landing, too. As much as she went flailing through the air, she basically landed on all fours with little to no tipping or hitting the side of her car. Cars 3... alternate ending 2. Alright. Let's hope we can get that kind of airtime with Cruz, except coming out of turn 4 into the tri-oval after having made contact, scraping her along the outside wall. Jesus. Cheese and crackers. Thank you very much again, Jay Barker. It's like I said, yours and my new patron, Kingster Cole. Once I am done with this pretty busy weekend of mine, I'm going to schedule those 2 stream requests of yours. So early to mid this next upcoming week is going to be Patreon week.
Get ready now. Going green. Pace cars in. Don't pass the leader of the other pacing line. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green. Oh man, they're showing us a black flag. They say you passed the leader before the start-finish line. They're going to make us do a stop and go.
Fraser Reynolds just telling the trolls to donate. It's the perfect response. Kissy face. I like how Rodney Bailey, including that time, has gotten like 40 plus shoutouts and he's still trying to blackmail me. Maybe it's those types of viewers in the chat that's having the view count be way lesser than I thought that it was going to be for this video. Come on, Cruz. You do not belong at this track. Yes, I do.
Clear outside.
Oh, too bad.
Clear.
You belong at the wall.
In the trial. Gotta come in for this black flag.
And I win. Too bad, so sad, Cruz. Try again another day. Alright, that was no good. Next.
Drivers, start.
Keldon Malone, how are you doing? Yakina, Jega, TM. The name I've probably butchered every single time. So I need to contact TNT Man 93 at some point to figure out how he made that that Cup 90 mod windshield MIP with the car's eyes, so I can do a similar one for the Gen 6 BR15 mod. RB Gardner. How's everyone else doing?
Get ready now. Go
I haven't posted a picture of Ellie yet. That's probably why the Ellie account doesn't exist yet.
Don't pass the leader of the other pacing line.
That's why the Oliver and Amelia ones do. Because I already posted pictures of them.
Green, green, green.
Let's try to get to 100 likes. Maybe we won't get 100 live watchers at one given time, but maybe we'll get 100 likes. And after this attempt, I'm going to exit out and try adjusting the track INI file, maybe turn the grip up a little bit, so if we get that right tire contact that sends her flying, maybe I won't spin out. If I have the grip turned up a little bit higher. Do Kyle Busch wreck. That's very descriptive. Darn it. Same thing. She just went roof first right into the outside wall. And she's toast.
Drivers, start your engine.
Little Trey 13. Who else hasn't gotten a chat or shout out in the chat yet? 92. Elon the NASCAR fan, 24. Yes. Bryson Cooper, put that suggestion in one of my previous videos in the comments so I can see it and don't forget it later on. So I really want to try that one, but I don't want to forget it. Because knowing me, I'll see it in the live chat, be cool, that's a cool suggestion, and then 10 minutes later, after all this other stuff throughout the stream, I'll have forgotten the request.
Get ready now. Going green.
Alright, so we're nearing the halfway point with this one.
Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
It is the 398th day of your summer vacation. Cruz Ramirez. What if lightning comes out of nowhere and just T-bones me? How dare you block Cruz?
Car outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear. Outside. Keep low. Clear. Car outside. Stay low. Stay low. Clear.
Oh. Oh no. Keep your foot in it. Keep your foot in it. No! And I get passed at the last second. It's kind of the end we want anyway with Cruz winning, but we didn't get a good flip. We both just kind of went wheeling through the air for a few seconds. Cruz more than me. She stuck that landing though. Darn, that'd be right down on the spine if that was a real driver. So I don't think these cup cars are meant for that kind of suspension for a landing like that. They're not super stadium trucks. Next!
Drivers, start your engines.
I know someone asked me they want me to try a part 2 to the Lightning McQueen save. And also, yeah, the 3-way tie, that's a good suggestion. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, make sure to throw it in the comments, not in the chat, because I will forget after quickly glancing at the live chat and then having to just scroll right past. I say that like I've got a zillion people commenting all at once. Like I've got like PewDiePie level numbers of watchers.
Going green.
I don't know. 49 live watchers, I think that can give PewDiePie a run for his money.
Pace cars in. Green flag, green flag. Green, green,
Maybe on his very first day on YouTube. Mike Joyride. The name sounds kind of creepy. I don't like it. I know my attention span, I keep forgetting to change the track settings. And sadly, I might just have I might just tell Fraser Reynolds to come over like a half an hour earlier than I expected. Maybe I'll just do 2.5 hours. Because in all honesty, I was hoping to have at least somewhere between 100 and 200 live watchers consistently for this video, but I honestly don't think we've cracked 70. Disappointing. The biggest request by far, the most popular request by far I've gotten over the last calendar year. Probably gotten 200 people asked to do this one specifically. I finally get around to doing it. I get a good thumbnail made. I request, or I schedule it like 4 days in advance. I plug it a bunch of times. I advertise it a bunch of times, and we barely get past 70 watchers. I just don't get it. I don't get why my channel is so inconsistent with its stats, with its view stats. Ooh, that was a close finish. That was a close finish. I want to see who came out in front that time. There should be a close battle right to the line as I'm spinning across, and then, oh yeah, Cruz Ramirez clearly took the win there.
Drivers, start your engines!
Is there an ARCA race on? So many racing series to keep track of, I do not know the schedule for any of them. I barely know the schedule for the Cup Series. I'll Google it like the week beforehand and see, oh, where are they racing at next? It says my 400th NR2003 live stream, but not my 400th live stream in general. I've done iRacing ones, I've done the Dirt to Daytona, I did that Dirt 3 one. I've done the NASCAR, or yeah, I've done a couple of NASCAR race reactions. I've done the Packer game reactions.
Get ready now. Going green.
Matthew Thomas, do shoutouts. Even though I've literally shouted out like everyone that's commented in the chat at least once. But apparently that's not enough.
Green, green, green.
Maybe we can get to 100 likes at least before the end of the video. Maybe that'll boost my morale a little bit. I think I just got my future hopes way up for how popular that Lightning McQueen one was way back in like last June, I think, that first one.
Still there. Clear outside.
You do not belong on this track.
Car outside. Clear. Car outside. Keep low. Stay low.
Whoa.
Clear.
Alright, now we're gonna have to try again next lap. And I don't nearly spin out.
The next car's the leader.
Slingshot engaged.
Outside. Stay low.
Driving below the yellow line and getting black flagged engaged.
Car outside. Keep low.
You like my new profile pic? I can barely see it. All I can see is the tiny little circle. I'll have to look at it later, Henry Benders.
Still there. Still there. Keep low. Still there.
Oh, darn it.
55. Keep it under 3,500 in second. Limit 55. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
Oh, we're racing for the start. Oh, Cruz is still going to win. Sadly, that's probably the closest I've gotten yet. Sadly, that's probably the closest I've gotten yet. She kind of went flipping after pushing her into the wall. I went flying this way. And she went tumbling. She flipped twice, I believe. She didn't flip too many times, so her car wasn't too trashed. She was still able to drive across the start-finish line. Shake and bake! Alright. Next.
Drivers, start your engine!
Who does everyone have winning at Pocono? I want to say Ryan Blaney, just because he's been doing really decent this year. He's had decent finishes when bad luck hasn't forced him to retire the race early. And he won at Pocono last year. So the little I know about the history of the various drivers. I still say I need to make a Cars and Ricky Bobby collaboration. Ricky McQueen.
Get ready now. Going green.
Ka-chow and bake.
8 cars in. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
El Diablo. I don't know, I think Spanish for fried chicken or something. What are some other Ricky Bobby moments I can try to recreate? I've tried to recreate the finish. I tried to recreate, Ricky Bobby's near career-ending crash at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
Keep low. Stay low. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear.
That one's no good. Nope, it's not even worth a replay. Just going right to the next one.
Drivers, start your engine!
I suppose for this last hour, I should, after this attempt, I will finally remember to exit out and maybe turn the grip up a little bit, maybe adjust the chassis grip up even a little bit more, or maybe even turn it down. Maybe it's up too high. Maybe it's having the car spin, like, really quick, instead of just giving it a launch effect. It's set to 85 right now. Maybe I'll drop it to, like, 65 or 70 for the chassis grip. Or the chassis, as I used to say. I don't know, I feel like an idiot. Ricky Bobby's backwards win. I'm gonna try doing some Lightning McQueen drifting at some point. I'm gonna go to a dirt track that looks similar to the test grounds that Doc Hudson was teaching him how to drift at. You guys might want to see that one. Trying to think of more memorable highlights, famous moments from either the Pixar Cars series or Ricky Bobby. I also know I got some Days of Thunder reenactments to try to recreate. The cold trickle, big tumble, and big one.
Still there. Stay low. Stay low.
7 more lights. Come on, guys. I believe in you. I don't believe in me, but I believe in you. I don't know what that means. Come on, Cruz. It's not your day to win. And I take the checkered. We'll pay a visit to Cruz Ramirez in her pit box. Oh, I just missed her.
Clear pit lane.
I know, almost hit the pace car. Speaking of Days of Thunder.
Don't merge yet.
I want you to hit the pace car. What?
Drivers,
Richard Petty.
Start your
Richard.
engines.
Richard Petty. Richard Petty was European. That's right. My attention span almost forgot once again, but I'm actually going to remember to exit out. I'm not even going to show you guys what I'm doing. I'll just tell you. Alright, track asphalt grip is going up to 2 for both concrete and asphalt. Chassis grip is coming down to 65. Let's see what that does. Save. Alright, load in NR2003 back up. So yeah, Fraser, come over at 6:30. You can come over an hour or a half hour earlier. Because yeah, there's not nearly as many live viewers for this stream as I thought there was going to be. Sadly. Still a decent amount, I'm not complaining. Or don't get me wrong, I'm trying not to complain, but there was just so much hype for this one. And the viewer stats is just like slightly above average. Ugh. Alright, so I turned the chassis grip actually down just a little bit. Maybe I had it too high, and then I turned the grip up a little bit. If you guys are really curious to see Fraser Reynolds, just go back and look at my couple Madden videos I posted way back when. My couple Madden gameplay videos have feature Fraser Reynolds, i.e. the Danager. I haven't used that name in a while. Oh, we're below 40, really? At 40.
Get ready now. Going green.
Alright, Cruz. This is a man's sport. You do not belong on this track. Get out of here. And a bunch of other sexist things that Jackson Storm says to Cruz, but it's a kid's movie, so it's fine. Oh yeah, double shenanigans videos, how could I forget? How could I forget? Come on, Cruz. Try to pass me on the outside. And I'm gonna block you while you're braking.
Car outside. Still there. Keep it under 55. Keep it under 35.
Oh no, we both go flipping.
Keep it under 55. Keep it under 3,500.
Who's gonna make it back to the flag first? I don't think either of us, because I think both of our cars are dead. Oops. Poor Cruz. Try that again.
Drivers, start your
Nice little
engine.
weight shift roll over there for Jackson Storm. Jackson blowing up a storm. I'm gonna check my email again just to make sure. Still nothing? So that's going to be one downside. I turned the grip up to give me a little bit more control. But however, it's also going to make it way easier for me to flip over if I get sideways.
Get ready now. Going green.
Still right at 93.
Don't pass the leader of the other facing line. Pace car's in. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
Oh, they finally got black flagged.
Pass the leader before the start-finish line. They're going to make it to a stop and go.
Cruz Ramirez. Cruising on past. Are you showing up at 6:30, Mr. Reynolds?
Stay low. Keep low.
We have some videos to make.
Keep low. Clear outside. Outside.
Oh, come on again. Darn it. Hard hit into the outside wall once again for Jackson Storm. Technically, I would have finished ahead of her since my car was further down the track. If, theoretically, we are on the same lap, which we were.
Drivers, start your engines.
6:30. I'm just gonna end this one like a half an hour earlier than I thought. So I'm getting like a fraction of the viewers that I thought I would. Don't get me wrong, I truly appreciate you guys watching this right now. I just so many people commented me to do the suggestion, and when I finally got around to doing it, I just thought there was gonna be a little closer to the Lightning McQueen video stats. I didn't think I was gonna get quite up there. I was thinking maybe 100 to 200 tops. I think we hit maybe 70.
Don't pass the leader of the other facing line.
Poopy. Maybe I need to do flat out videos so you guys see people getting ejected out of the cars.
Don't pass the leader of the other
So I might
facing
start a
line. Pace
flat
car's
out
in.
live series in the near future. Another one of my favorite childhood games.
Green, green, green. Oh man, they're showing us a black flag. Could say you passed the leader before the start-finish line. They're gonna make
Yeah,
it to a stop
screw
and
your
go.
black flag. I'm gonna take it and shove it where the sun don't shine.
Outside. Stay low. Clear. Car outside. Still there. Keep low. Keep low.
So we'll force her up into the wall in the turn.
Stay low. Clear outside.
And hopefully get the correct wheel contact coming out of the turn.
Clear.
Oh, there's the flips I knew were going to happen. I think you might have beaten Maynard Troyer's record right there. Let's count how many times that was. 1, 2, 3. Dan, by far the most popular or the most watched time for my streams I get is the nights and weekends. Because, yeah, opposite logic that you're presenting, people are usually busy during the daytime with work, school, etc., whatever they're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Troyer had 15, 13, 14. Oh, literally one shy of Maynard Troyer. Next.
Drivers, start your engines.
I think that first Lightning McQueen one got my expectations set way too high. I think that was just the perfect storm. I think school had just let out. Cars 3 had just gotten released. I just think I just made a good thumbnail. I think the video was well marketed and well advertised. And I think just that one huge video I got has made my expectations way higher than they should be. In the meantime, almost at 100 likes. Thank you very much, everyone who's hitting the like button. I appreciate it.
Get ready now. Going green. Don't pass the leader of the other painting line. Pace cars in. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
Not even tired, just sitting still for going on 2 hours. Just gets a little yawn-inducing. Should have done this stream long ago, back when the requests were still popular, but I don't think the car set existed back then. Darn it! I sent her flipping roof first into the wall once again.
There's an accident entering the tri-oval. Limit 55. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. You all right?
I was seeing if I could flip over just from hitting the inside wall super hard, but alas, I didn't.
Drivers, start your engines.
Alas. Hey, we hit 100 likes. Thank you very much, guys. At least I got a decent milestone for this video. That's always cool, hitting 100 likes during the stream. It's actually very much a lot for me. I know guys like Real Radman and David Land who get 100 likes in like 10 minutes of their videos being uploaded. Don't even get me started on Jimmy B. That dude's just exploded over the last calendar year. I'm so proud of him. He's on the verge of hitting 100,000 subscribers soon. I think he was like 6 or 7 away last I saw.
Get ready now. Going green.
Needs to
Pace cars in.
take whatever
Green flag, green flag.
British
Green, green, green.
clover he's holding and share the luck with his fellow YouTubers. Not the luck, the success. There's no luck involved with Jimmy. He's been working for years to get into where he is. He's earned every subscriber and penny of it. If Jimmy is sim racing dad, what does that make me? Like the incompetent nephew with ADHD of sim racing. It says right in the description of my channel, I'm not a sim racer, I'm a sim crasher.
Stay low.
Come on, come on.
Clear outside. Outside. The next car is the lead.
Darn it, Cruz.
Still there.
Why didn't you flip?
Still there.
Johnny W's sister, hello. Shout out. You're welcome.
Here comes the leader.
What does that make, What does that make Matt or Empty Box? What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box. And today we're doing some NASCAR Racing 2003. What does that make, if Jimmy's the father of sim racing, what does that make Empty Box? Can't call him the mother. Or can you? I don't know if there's any females that have a huge name in sim race. I'm sure there's tons out there, just not that I'm aware of right now.
Drivers, start your engines.
The uncle that gets drunk at every party. It's funny you should say that. I should do a drunk video at some point. That one would probably not be monetized for understandable reasons. Bragging about drinking in a sim racing video. That's obviously why it's not sim racing. Or that's why it's sim racing and not real life. But sadly there's people that don't have discretion in real life and can't tell the difference between the two. Alright, fine. Jimmy and Empty Box are the two sim racing dads. Yeah, just like I said, I'm the incompetent, bumbling nephew of the sim racing community. But I will say I'm the father of the sim crashing community. I had a really random question or thought the other day. Does anyone remember the early days? I'm talking like late 2000s, like 2008, 2009. Does anyone remember Rocky PC48 and whatever happened to him? Did he, did his channel go on to be something else that I'm just not aware of? I always thought that, Rocky PC48, after that channel got deleted, I thought it went on to be, Pascal 3 CZE. I'm not sure if those are the same guys, though. I could be wrong. I could be right. I'm sure someone out there knows whatever happened to Rocky PC. Flip, darn you. Cruise, cruise, cruise.
Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
Cruise, cruise, cruise.
Drivers, start your engines.
Technically Talladega is in the hood. The deep down south version of the hood. I'm sure someone's gotta remember what happened, whatever happened to Rocky PC 48. So you have Fraser, you can leave in like a half an hour. So you can get here like right at 6:30. I don't know if Danielson is still watching at this point.
Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
Ooh. I just realized if I do try to do the three-way tie from Cars 1, just getting the thumbnail itself is basically going to be recreating. Because if you can get a still of the three cars, except there's no mod to have the cars having their tongues stick out. So how am I going to be able to do that? Eat first, and then come over. So I'm probably not going to have money to eat out. Flip, flip. Flipadelphia, flip, flip, Flipadelphia. Darn you, Cruz. One more lap. One more lap. Sponsored by Credit Juan Bank. Why are you going so slow, Cruz? Supposed to cruise on past me.
Outside. Keep low. Keep low. Still there. Still there. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside. Car outside.
I know it's not the right spot in the track, but I'm just going to try the tire contact, right? Oh, darn it, I missed.
Still there. Keep low.
The Eagles are Super Bowl champs indeed. And I was heavily rooting for them in the Super Bowl. Just don't get too cocky, Eagles/Eagle fans, then make everyone in the league hate you. Like what happened to the Panthers in like one season. They went from just being a regular old mid-level, mid-tier team that no one really cared about to then once they went 15-1, Cam Newton started making an ass of himself, then they became like the most hated team in the NFL in one season. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Although I will say, I do have a little bit against them now, because any team that has Michael Bennett on it, I'm going to be rooting against a little bit. I hate that man. I think Cruz probably technically would have won that one. Oh, she's still able to keep driving. Just barely keep chugging along. Next.
Drivers, start your engines.
I was wondering, all that Super Bowl stuff was going on. There's some guy I went to high school with that I was a mild acquaintance with that, just posts all sorts of Philly sports stuff, and he's just getting relentless about it to the point where it was getting borderline annoying, but it never quite reached that point. It was more annoying with the Sixers than it was the Eagles, but anyway. I never knew, because he was from, apparently he's from New Jersey, and he was always talking about being from Jersey and all that, but then he'd always talk about Philly and the Eagles. I never knew that Philadelphia is one of those towns, kind of like Kansas City, that it like borders on / kind of spills over into the next state. I never knew Philly is kind of partly in Jersey too, so that makes sense now.
Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
I never knew that until I looked at a map. The things you can learn when you look at a map. By the way, speaking of Juan Pablo Montoya, definitely mispronounced it. If anyone ever makes a jet dryer mod, you know the first wreck I'm trying to recreate.
Outside. Still there.
Come on, Cruz, please.
Stay low.
Please have this video be a success. Even though it wasn't as popular as I was hoping, please have it be an actual success.
Keep low.
So anyone watching this after the fact can enjoy its glory, and nope, I'm just going to flip instead. Back to the zillion barrel rolls. Roll across the start-finish line. You can make it. You can make it. You can make it. Come
All
on.
right.
And second place.
Looks like we lost that motor.
Next.
Drivers, start your engines.
The freeway. Well, don't take the freeway then. Go up and then take Blue Mound or something. Excuse me. I'm starting to lose energy. I am starting to lose energy. I don't know how much longer I can keep going.
Get ready now. Go
Rusty
green.
Wallace.
Don't pass the leader of the other pacing line. His car's in.
Keep going.
Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
Correction, I got 30 minutes left. I'm ending this one a half hour early. Unfortunately. It's like 3 minutes. I swear I'm not doing that on purpose. I've been sitting still for the last 2 hours. No sugar, no movement, no energy drinks, just staring into a screen. That's why I'm yawning.
Keep low. Stay low. Stay low. Clear. Car outside.
Oh my goodness.
Keep it under 55.
She just kind of pulled a
You all right?
combination of a Kyle Larson / Austin Dillon.
Looks like we're bent up on the back end.
I slowed down. I was trying to get that her front tire to touch my back tire on purpose. That's why we were kind of a little misaligned front to back. But I was doing that on purpose. I was not expecting her to get stuck in the catch fence. Holy crap. Jeez. That's like right at the same spot that Kyle Larson had his bad wreck in 2013. It's like right where he got stuck. Poor Cruz. She thought she was going to flip over the top of Jackson Storm for the victory, and then the catch fence said, nope, not today. Not today, Zerg. I still stand by that claim, Tropical Cyclone. It's not a PC statement. It's a little blunt and kind of hurtful, but when you live 25 miles outside of the next biggest city, which isn't even that big, and at 6:30 p.m. on a Wednesday, you have standstill traffic 25 miles outside of a city that isn't even that big, yes, congestion is becoming an issue. And I stand by that to this day. Cars 3. Alternate ending. Number 3. These are the outtakes. Next.
Drivers, start your engines.
Alright, another 25 minutes or so. Hey, even though that is a Dwight Schrute quote that was meant in jest, that was intended in jest, I still semi-believe in it. Maybe not a new plague, but at least maybe tell the next couple generations, hey, instead of being selfish, instead of looking at the world and seeing that world hunger is a huge issue, financial issues, the economy, everything else is a huge issue, so instead of being selfish and let's pump out 40 kids to bring into this not so amazing world at the current moment, maybe let's just have one. Maybe if every generation for 2 generations, or every couple for 2 generations has 1 child, the population will be 25% what it once was 2 generations earlier. I believe that's how it would work, if I did my math correctly. Go listen to my favorite comedian, Bill Burr, if you want to hear someone talk about the need for population control, but in a hilarious way that also makes complete sense. Oh my goodness, Cruz almost landed it. And the game just crashed. Alright. Alright, sweet. It didn't delete the player profile. Yeah, exactly. China has it down in terms of their population control. You can have a kid, just make it 1. That way, if our population is 10 billion, if each couple just has 1 kid, the generation next from that, the population will be 5 billion. And then if the next generation does the same thing, then the population after that generation will be approximately 2.5 billion. Menu background animations. Is that something in-game? Or is that in the computer settings, the system settings in the control panel?
Drivers, start your
This has been hell to recreate, Venu God of Kings. You hit it right on the head. And of course the closest attempt I get in terms of just Cruz's flip, the game crashes. I see how it is. I see how it is. Alright, about another 20-25 minutes or so. In your chat, the chat frenzy.
Get ready now. Going green.
Oh, hello, Kyle Busch and Mike Skinner. How are you doing?
Green flag. Green flag. Green, green, green.
All right, 1 lap to go. I would keep giving the same commentary over and over again, but I feel like I'm getting really redundant. Track, Cruz. So subtly sexist for a kid's movie.
Still there.
Ricky Craven, who also knows a thing or two about being upside down and into the catch fence. Well now. That was one of the more interesting flips I've ever been a part of. took a ride on the back of my car that spun around. The tires got connected again. Then she slid to a stop in the grass, upside down. Mike Carpenter.
Start your engines.
Ugh, man, my back is starting to hurt. Oh. I need one of those inversion tables where you hook your feet into the little clamps and then the thing kind of tips you upside down. You try to stretch out your spine using your natural body weight. I've heard videos and seen videos of people hanging upside down. You can just, like, hear their spine stretching out and just cracking a bunch. And I hear that and see that, and that feeling that I have in my lower back, that feeling is what I've been longing for like 5 years. It's just I need someone to stretch out my spine just to be able to crack it. I've just had that kind of pain in my lower back for like 5 years. Maybe someday.
Eight cars in. Green flag, green flag. Green, green,
Buy a fancy chair for $100 so my back doesn't hurt anymore, or eat. Life decisions you have to make. Alright, 20 more minutes worth of attempts. Here comes Cruz. Gonna make a pass on the outside on the final lap.
Clear, outside. Clear. Car outside. Keep low. Still there. Stay low.
There's probably gonna be a photo finish right there.
Clear.
Alright, I'll try again. Instead of forcing her into the outside wall, I'm trying to just get my back rear tire to, or back right, excuse me, to touch her left front, and that's what kind of gets her flipping in the best way possible. They're not perfectly lined up front to back when that contact happens, but if you look at them from the front, you shouldn't be able to tell too much.
Clear outside. Car outside. Clear.
Alright, messed that one up.
Car outside. Stay low.
Dynaco's all mine.
Clear.
I don't think that's been said yet this entire video.
Keep low. Still there. Keep low.
Maybe that's where my lack of luck has come in. A lack of Dynaco's all mine quotes.
Clear.
Come on, right
Car outside.
here. And it's a terrible crash for both of them. And Cruz Ramirez is barely able to limp across the start-finish line in first. It's a terrible crash for both of them. Looked like Cruz might have flipped over the top of me. She didn't hit the catch fence first. Go Austin Dillon style into the catch fence. And for those of you who are wondering why I was a little sideways, why Jackson Storm was a little sideways in the thumbnail,
Drivers.
it's because this wreck is so incredibly hard to recreate. That is the closest thumbnail I could get, because I kept trying to do this to get the thumbnail, and yeah, I keep spinning even if I get Jackson or get Cruz to flip over decently. 15 minutes or so. I'm gonna call it a day.
Don't pass the leader of the other painting line.
Don't tell me what to do.
Get ready now. Going green. Eight cars in. Don't pass the leader of the other painting line. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
I feel like I could have used an energy drink for this video. Kind of in a trance at this point. I don't know what else to say that hasn't already been said 20 times.
Keep low. Clear outside.
So I'm just going to try and make the wheel-to-wheel contact. I'm not even going to try squeezing her in the wall this time. Oh, except I missed.
Still there. The next car's the leader. Keep low.
I have a feeling like the McQueen crash and the King one,
Stay low.
any cars one, anyone that came from an actual movie is going to take a decent amount of editing and splicing from different replays for the different camera shots. I could be wrong. I could get a perfect attempt that requires no editing whatsoever aside from just the CCM work. I'm just lining everything up. RB Gardner, see you later. Thank you for tuning in. So I'm not even going to squeeze her into the wall this time. I'm just trying to get that tire-to-tire contact.
Here comes the leader.
Let's give her a
Outside.
flip.
Clear outside.
Missed her again.
You are on the point.
Cruz. Why do I keep yawning?
Stay low. Stay low. Clear. Outside.
Get back here, Cruz.
Stay low. Clear. Outside. Keep low.
Whoa. That was almost a flip, but not quite. And we need to restart, because that was no good.
Drivers, start your engines.
Actually, just how tired I'm getting just sitting still here, I'm kind of glad I'm not going the extra half hour.
Don't pass the leader of the other painting line.
Looked like Mark Gibson's crash in the ARCA series. I forgot what year. I think it was Daytona. Kind of spun around on his side a few times. Coming into the tri-oval, I think Daytona, he never flipped over, but he was on the side for a good 4 or 5 seconds. Other can I recreate to try at some point.
Get ready now. Going green. Don't pass the leader of the other painting line.
Don't tell me what to do.
8 cars in. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
Marka Schmarka. wouldn't call Steve Park a bust. I would say he just had pretty bad luck. Anyone to get T-boned in their driver's side door at like 140 miles an hour because a part of your car brakes and snaps to the left right as someone is flying by on the inside of you trying to catch up and get their lap back. It's pretty damn unlucky, in addition to all the other bad wrecks he had. Atlanta, Infineon, Pocono. Yeah, he had some wicked wrecks. Yeah, that one in Darlington was by far the worst. And yes, thank you. That was 1999 Daytona. I was thinking of tropical cyclone for the Mark Gibson crash, his sidewinding crash, or I should say side spinning crash. I think a sidewinder requires that he flipped. Elisa Florence, thanks for tuning in. It's a new name I don't think I've seen before.
Clear. Outside. Keep it under 55. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
Top 10 anime deaths, right there. That's number 1. You just saw it. Yeah, that Atlanta, I thought I said that. Yeah, I thought I said Atlanta, Sears Point, Pocono, and then, yeah, the bad one at Darlington. Did Cruz make it across the start-finish line? Nope. Zero Fix 72. Now that was probably the biggest total crash this entire video, just in terms of both of them flipping, how many times both of them. I kind of pulled her over that second time. Jeez, no one made it to the start-finish line that time. Alright, this next attempt after this one, after I say this, probably gonna be the third to last attempt. This was kind of like the Ricky Bobby crash. You guys are right. It did kind of look like the Ricky Bobby crash at the end. Wrong track, but kind of similar spot, and they came to a stop before the start-finish line. Now just cue the We Belong music and have them both get out and start running to the start-finish line. Shoot! Cars 3, alternate ending. Four, I think I'm on. Alright, so 3 more attempts, then I gotta get going.
Drivers, start your engines.
That's why I said if, Ryan. If. I added a whole new row to my diecast collection last night. I got the diecast for like 4 drivers that I otherwise didn't have before. I got a Brad Kozlowski, a Joey Logano, I got a Kevin Harvick and a Ryan Newman. I got a the Martin Truex Special Edition, the Daytona 500 car, the auto owner's insurance, which I already had, but I've got the rectangular magnet instead of the car magnet, so they technically weren't the same.
Get ready now. Going green. 8 cars in. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
Sadly, since the only car set I have for the Cars 3 is like 6 other cars, so if you guys want me to do a backwards big one, it's only gonna have to be a half dozen cars, or I'm gonna have to switch to a real life car set. If Jackson Storm ever made it to the Monster Energy Cup Series and decided to lose his mind and go the wrong way and take everyone else out. Cruz I know you can do this. Just flutter right over the top of me. Alright. I know it's not the right spot on the track, but I'm just trying right after the tri-oval right here. Not doing a full another lap around. Hey, she got stuck in the catch fence, I think, again. Now, that was kind of like Austin Dillon. I think that was a couple seconds further down the track than where Austin Dillon happened, but... it was near the same spot. Yeah, it was a little bit further down the track. Yeah, right there. And then just comes to a stop. Jeez. Alright, that was cool and entertaining, but not what we needed for the reenactment, so... next! Second to last. Next! Yeah, getting the front end, the front bumper of the car stuck in the fence like that, that was probably the equivalent of like a broken nose for one of those cars. Alright, 2 more attempts to go. Backwards big one. And I gotta go. I need to stretch my back. Kinda glad I'm ending this one a half an hour early.
Don't pass the leader of the other pacing line. Get ready now.
Frazier, if you get here early, just hang around until I'm done. I don't know why I keep calling you Frazier. I'm addressing people by their aliases.
On the outside line. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
I could call Empty Box Matt Orr, but no. I'll call him Empty Box, because he's Empty Box. Retro room, you came just in time for the last couple attempts.
Clear outside. Car outside. Keep it
Darn
under
it.
55. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
She almost came across the
We got
start-finish
trouble.
line in
Hit
first
the trial.
flipping
You're in first.
over and over again. That was a pretty big crash for Cruz Ramirez. Didn't get the win that time, though. That one was looking pretty decent. I mean, if I can just get the right shot with the chassis grip turned up, it's just a matter of just enough luck and enough attempts, but that was... I don't know, that was not looking terrible, but yeah, just decided to flip a bunch of times instead. Stupid Cruz Ramirez. I thought she was going to keep tumbling until she got all the way across the start-finish line. Alright, guys, the last attempt. I'm going to do a backwards big one after this, but with a non-Pixar car set, just with a real-life car set. I will still be Jackson Storm since he's the bad guy. We don't want to switch to Lightning McQueen and then have him go crazy and take everyone out. Should have some sort of poll. Who do you think out of like the 38, 39 active drivers there are, who do you think will be the next one to flip?
Get ready now. Going green.
And what do you think the next track there will be a flip at? Should have some sort of fan pool like that. Which track do you think the next flip is going to be at, and who do you think it's going to be? And whoever gets the two correct gets bragging rights. Maybe because the ARCA race is on too, which I'm not watching at all. I don't have it on. Maybe because that's on. Maybe that's why no one's watching the stream. If you count 2012, Tony Stewart's been upside down 3 times in the top 3 series. Phil Barkdale's flip, that might actually be a decent one, because all I need for the reenactment is like the second half of it. You don't see how he starts flipping, you see him kind of tumbling backwards into the fence and then goes spinning around really quickly. Come on. Come on. Cruz Ramirez's flip right there actually looked pretty realistic. The way she got hooked into the catch fence, flipped upside down really quickly, and then kind of slowed down. And yeah, watch this. Yeah, that kind of reminded me of... Yeah, that one reminded me of Austin Dillon's crash mixed with the Kyle Larson 2013 crash. Holy crap. Alrighty guys, we're exiting now just to do a backwards big one with a different car set. Then I gotta get going. Thank you so much for whoever's still watching. Up to this point, I really appreciate the support, the viewership. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I didn't get a perfect attempt, but hopefully it was somewhat entertaining. In the meantime... yeah, we're definitely going to have to do a part 2, because there wasn't really any edit-worthy attempts in this one, so part 2 shall happen at some point in the future, but I'm probably going to do a couple other cars-related ones first. Like drifting with McQueen. Try to recreate the 3-way tie. I still need to finish editing Doc's crash. Decent stream, don't get me wrong. The viewers weren't anything to scoff at for me, but just how many people requested this one, I was just expecting to get a little bit more viewers in this. But still a good live stream nonetheless. Thank you everyone who watched. We're using the Gen 6 BR15 mods. The first time I've used this mod in a while. I'm used to using the Splash and Go Graphics Cup mod.
They're gonna hold us in the pits for 15 seconds.
And that way I'll be able to get going and let you guys watch the end of the ARCA race.
You've been disqualified for reckless driving. Watch that speed now. Keep it on 35 seconds.
Kozlowski and Bush up front.
Keep it under 55. Keep it under 3,500.
And here we go. Holy crap. Holy crap. And Danica's upside down, of course. Ryan Fitzy, thank you for the $1 super chat. And as well as the continued support on Patreon. I appreciate it. Oh, I barely missed Bush. Man, Kozlowski, Trevor Bain, 20 years old. Truex, looked like they got the worst of that. Alrighty guys, thank you. That is it for this video. Thank you so much again for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoyed. Please be sure to go check out my Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch pages. Last but not least, if you want to help support this channel, please go check out my Patreon page. Thanks so much to Ryan Fitzy, Tommy Joyce, Jay Barker, and now Kingster Cole for your support on there. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I will message you, Kingster Cole, in a couple days about what kind of live stream you want. So, Sure to look out for that. Alrighty, guys, that is it. Be sure to hit that like button. Let me know your suggestions for future videos down below. Catch you guys next time. Have a good rest of your day. Peace. Bye.